guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'll talk about the current education issues in the Philippines. Even before COVID-19 struck and caused problems for millions of families, the country's financial status is one of the top factors that add to the growing education issues in the Philippines. Furthermore, more children, youth, and adults can get a leg up and are thus left behind due to unfair access to learning. Moving forward, such issues can lead to worse long-term effects. Now we'll delve deep into the current status and how we can take part in social efforts to help fight these key concerns of our country. Filipinos from rich households or living in cities and developed towns have more access to private schools. In contrast, less favored groups are more bound to deal with lack of classrooms, teachers, and needs to sustain top-notch learning. A 2018 study found that a sample of 15-year-old Filipino students ranked last in reading comprehension out of 79 countries. They also ranked 78 in science and math. One key insight from this study is it implies those tested mostly came from public schools. Hence, the crisis also lies in the fact that a lot of Filipinos can't read or do simple math. Indeed, it's clear that there is a class divide between rich and poor students in the country. So this is the case, less developed states can focus on learning if it's covered in their top concerns. However, the Philippines doesn't invest on top-notch learning as compared to its neighbors countries. In fact, many public schools lack computers and other tools despite the digital age. Further, a shortfall in the number of public school teachers is also one of the top issues in the country due to their being among the lowest paid state workers. Aside from that, more than 3 million children, youth, and adults remain unenrolled since the school shut down. It goes without saying that having a constant crisis has its long-term effects. This includes mis and disinformation, poor decision-making, and other social concerns. Due to COVID-19, education issues in the Philippines have increased and received new challenges that worsen the current state of the country. With the sudden events brought about by the health crisis, distant learning modes via the internet or TV broadcast were ordered. Further, a blended learning program was launched in October 2020, which involves online classes, printouts, and lessons broadcast on TV and social platforms. Thus, the new learning pathways rely on students and teachers having access to the internet. Thus, yet bring another issue in the current system. Millions of Filipinos don't have access to computers and other digital tools at home to make their blended learning worthwhile. Hence, the value of tech in learning affects many students. Parents and guardians' top concerns with this are: it's key to note that equipped schools have more chances to use warrior space to deal with the new concerns for learning. This further shows that the country's resources and training for both K-12 and tertiary level for private and public schools. One more thing that can happen is that schools may not be able to impart the most basic skills. To add, the current status can affect how tertiary education needs to impart the respect for and duty to knowledge and critical outlook. Before teachers handle 40 to 60 students with the current online setup, the quality of learning can be compromised if the class reaches 70 to 80 students. Of the world's student population, 89% or 1.52 billion are the children and youth out of school due to COVID-19 closures. In the Philippines, close to 4 million students were not able to enroll for the school year, as per the DepEd. With this, the number of out-of-school youth continues to grow, making it a serious issue needing to be checked to avoid worse problems in the long run. Quality. The results of the 2014 National Achievement Test and the National Career Assessment Examination show that there had been a drop in the status of primary and secondary education. Budget. The country remains to have one of the lowest budget allotments to learning among Asian countries. Cost. There still is a big contrast in learning efforts across various social groups due to the issue of money. Having education as status symbol. OSY. The growing rate of OSY becomes daunting due to the adverse effects of COVID-19. Mismatch. There is a large sum of people who are jobless or underpaid due to the large mismatch between training and actual job. Social divide. There is no fair learning access in the country. Lack of resources. Large-scale shortfalls in classrooms, teachers, and other tools to sustain sound learning also make up a big issue. All these add to the big picture of the current system's growing concerns. Being informed with this is a great first step to know where we can come in and help in our own ways. Before we can talk about how you can take part in various efforts to help address these issues, let's first talk about what quality education is and how we can achieve it. Now, how do we really define this? For BBOB, it is one that provides all learners with what they need to become economically productive that help lead them to holistic development and sustainable lifestyles. Further, it leads to peaceful and democratic societies and strengthens one's well-being. BBOB also lists its 6 dimensions. Of course, any country would want to build and keep a standard vision for its learning system, one that promotes cultural diversity, is free from bias, offers a safe space and respect for human rights, and forms traits, skills, and talent among others. With the country's efforts to address the growing concerns, one key program that is set to come out is the pre-required education from TESDA, with efforts to focus on honing skills, including technical and vocational ones. Also, OSY will be covered in the grants of the CHED. Students must not take learning for granted. In times of crisis and sudden changes, having access to education should be valued. Aside from the fact that it is a main human right, it also impacts the other human rights that we have. Besides, the UN says that when learning systems break, having a sustained state will be far from happening. And that would be all. Thank you for watching.